Alright, so we need to first of all check out this little area, see if we can actually explore it. If not, and probably not is the answer, I'll just head down here and continue along our path. Do we need to go into the Peruguan cache? I mean, we could. That's the Skane temple. So it is indeed this cliff face. Yeah, I don't think we're going up there is the thing. Like, you can trace the edges if you want, but yeah, I don't see. I mean, I made it smaller. That's that. Yep, that's super dangerous. Let's not do that. Must be a better way. Yep, so that proves that there is no way we can go there. What are you even doing, man? It's cringe.
Take a moment, people.
Didn't even drop anything, man.
You take lead.
Okay, bye bye to the Grove Tender. Love it. Here you go. Can't take too many shots to the skull, can ya? Oh, I should have used my sword again. What am I doing? Because killing people with my sword restores health. An exceptional great sword. Look at that. Truly powerful blade. Is there any going down there? I don't know, it looks pretty damn barren. There is a distinct possibility I'm never supposed to actually go down there.
Got something.
Nothing. Delegman Glade Beacon. Glade Adventure Journal. After spending numerous days observing the habits and behavior of the Delegman, I believe I have stumbled upon their inner sanctum. This strange glade seems to be some sort of gathering place for them, and from what I have been able to gather, at its heart is a powerful being they treat with great reverence. I must endeavor to speak with this manner of queen and gather as much info as I can in order to further my research. I must tread with caution though. The Delegmen here seem quite hostile to outsiders. I am sure the queen would not appreciate if I had to deal with the subjects in some violent fashion. They keep saying that, but then like how am I supposed to not kill them? You know? If they're gonna try and kill me, I mean, do I just hold off and just run away? Do I employ stealth measures? Yeah, my finger slipped again. Tends to be happening quite a bit nowadays. Careful with my keyboard. What the hell is even this? Oh, well, that's nice. Yeah, there's a little path that lets you get down here easily. I like it. Okay, make my life a little easier. Okay, but all that being said, this is the bridge now that we need to cross.
Look at that. After you, envoy.
Yeah. It is traversable. I mean, barely, but the Delagman Glade. All he had were vambraces. Ah, maybe this is the way we can avoid
Quiet, Nimdut.
the Queen's shield. Yeah, we don't want to deal with those. We don't want to fight with those. If we can avoid it, that is. And I believe that Queen's Fury. Yeah, these are all Queen's. They're all Queen's people. How the hell am I gonna get to the heart? Without absolutely slaughtering them. I mean, it's going to be a stealth mission. Oh god. Now it would not be hard to kill them though.
On your right.
Yeah, this is why we did a manual save. Barath, God of death, cycles, doorways, mortality, and inevitability. Pallid Knight.
Keep quiet.
That is alive. You don't want the smoke, man. Okay.
Think the Delimgon did all that? Or maybe the land itself?
Who knows? But there's Queen's Evokers, and we need to get over there somehow. This is like a nice place and all that, you know? There's treasure there, but I don't think I want the treasure right now. Yeah, so Sporling, you can just just turn around. Yeah, thank you very much, sir. What do you write? Daragman Glade note. I have met their queen. The community they have here is beautiful, alien, familiar, and foreign all at once. I'm not sure I'd ever be able to pull myself away from this. It makes the harshness of my reality softer. I cannot leave. It is only through the mercy of the queen and my extreme caution in navigating their halls peacefully and secretly that I have avoided a grim and final fate. I spoke too openly of my desire to publish my observations. If I had been more reticent, if I had lied, told them I was nothing but a lost lucky traveler, maybe I would be free, or maybe I would be dead. They are kind to me. I get food, shelter, even the rare attempted conversation. But my passion, my life force, it lives by the scratch of pen on paper, the heated debate of science, the delight of research. They grow discordant when they see me write. I understand why. If I had come across them carving messages in the dried flesh of my dead kids, my horror would be great. I certainly would not provide them with said carcasses to carve. So I will pass my days here, a parched man floating along in an ocean. All the knowledge I've ever desired laid out before me with not a single way to record it. You can't write. They don't like paper. Right? I think once the queen gives me permission, I should be fine, right?
You may approach me, godlike.
Oh, I'm here. Hello.
Ah, a welcome visitor.
Welcome, huh?
It has been so long since one of your kind has walked in this grove.
Vanguard Scout, I've been in Deligman Groves before, but not in the Living Lands. Do you mean a godlike? Aedyrians, have you met us before? Is that how you know our language? How long have you been here? Yeah, I've been in Groves before, but not in the Living Lands.
Strange, as this is your home.
Is it? I came looking for an Adragan heart. Perhaps you can help me. No, my home is in Aedyr, part of the south and across the sea. Squint in confusion. My home is in Aedyr.
Yes, that is the home you know.
We'll wait to reveal our true
But
intentions.
why have you come to this place?
Now she has asked me. I came looking for an Adragan heart. Perhaps you can help me.
A curious thing for Kith to want. Even one as special as you. It belonged to one who tended this grove for longer than I have been here.
What happened to them? I don't suppose you would part with it. What happened to them?
Sickness changed them, as it has recently changed so many creatures in these woods. It no longer recognized us as their kin. We had to stop them before their madness damaged the land.
Killed them? Say nothing.
But it is over now.
Don't blame them.
All that remains is their heart. Our kind has no need for such remembrances.
Alright.
It would cause us no pain to part with it. Take it, and go in peace.
Alright. Many thanks.
I
Just give it to me.
pulled that off. Now let's
Let's get out of here before she notices my wood pistol grip.
Alright, we got an Ardragon heart. The heart feels as solid as crystal and as tender as flesh. The Ardragon who lost it must have been both ancient and powerful. It comes with spiritual energy waiting to be unleashed. Alright, we'll save again because I'm going to walk around a little bit. You are the queen. What the hell is that?
You've returned.
I have. I'm sorry to have disturbed you.
There is no need to be.
Okay, I guess. Question, do you have any loot or the like? No, apparently not. Queen's Malice. Queen's Shield. You don't mind if I take some Margaret's Blessing, Helios Talons. Clear out this area, you know. Garland of the Wild Groves. Plus 30% resistance to poison accumulation. This necklace is made of numerous still living flowers given freely from the bodies of dead men. Originally made for an elder druid from the forest of Aedyr centuries ago. The garland has since made its way to the living lands where the latent essence in the air nourishes the flowers, imparting a measure of protection against the natural world upon its wearer. You have no need for these things, but I can sell them. Sell them for mad stocks, bro. I don't understand wealth accumulation, but I do. A lot of people try to like come in here and fight, huh? Didn't go well for them. Now that's not to say it would go badly for me too. I mean, I'm me.
Something nearby.
Yeah, I saw that. How the hell do I get to it? Ah, but there is another path. I see. Okay. Don't worry about me, Delicamans. I'll be leaving your grove soon enough. Just here to look around. Taking away all this iron and stuff that's lying around, you know, it's polluting your lands. So I thought I would, you know, like do you a favor, you know, clean up. These hold some value to us and none to you, so makes sense. So is the bear also not gonna bother me now? Because there was a darn bear here. Okay. All this cool stuff. Oh, give me a second. Alright. So, we were checking out the prayer beads.
You can fiddle with them there.
Hell yeah. Obsidian prayer beads. Critical hits deal high poison accumulation. The sharp talons Hanging from these prayer beads uncurl ever so slightly when fresh blood is spilled nearby. But quite a find. Now it is very lucky that a lot of these like legendary things
One moment.
have dead bodies and all around them. Otherwise, I don't think I could have found them really. Anyway, I think we're done more or less. I think we're done with this entire map too. Like there's all of this area, but apparently we just cannot enter, which is like crazy. Because I mean, like, why does it exist? Is the question that comes to mind. There's another area here. Oh, yep. I forgot about this. Honestly, I will not lie. Don't worry, I'm cool. I got permission from the Dalagman Queen to be here. It's okay. That being said, I have murdered all of the Dalagman, so I don't know if you guys have like a pact or something with them, or if you're like enemies or whatever. But like the rest are dead, so. You're like the only Dalagman remaining. Okay, so we are done. A relic from the ashes, mapping the living lands, totem modified. There is still the necklace. Hidden in ruins of heathens long gone, the Octet of Skulls sings its silent song. Don't know where that is. Honestly, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go boop. We're gonna just teleport. Because, I mean, I've done a lot of exploration already. I'm good with exploration. Okay, Nico. I mean, they aren't doing much to help you either, so I don't know. Fertile Savannah. I bring with me bounties of plenty.
Welcome back. You are here to collect a bounty, huh?
I have a bounty to claim.
Whose death am I recording?
I have slain old Nana.
Impressive. I wonder if my theory about her is correct.
What is the theory? She was certainly stronger than the average bear, I couldn't tell you. She was certainly stronger.
You would know, wouldn't you? Interesting. Here's hoping I get approved to study the flow of essence into the region's fauna after all this is done.
I mean, you're done, basically. Those Delegmen won't be bothering anyone else.
If only we could find a way to coexist with them. But I suppose it is in their nature to oppose innovation. Huh? Nature?
Nature. I have put Belladino to rest.
From the depths of my soul, I thank you. May their poor souls find peace in their rest.
The Tranton's days are over.
Good. Outlaws living off the hard work of others deserve nothing less. Perfetto! That's all of them!
Yep, I'm glad I was able to help.
As am I. At last I can turn my attention to more important things. Oh, how I've missed my research. Oh, please take this. It's from my personal collection of essence-infused oddities. I have a feeling you will find it of more use than I would.
Alright, what is it? Tree of Life. It's a shield. Okay. This shield was gifted to a famous Routian admiral whose technical brilliance was instrumental in... Did I have this? This is Wind and Wave. That's why. Okay. Slowly regenerate 30% of maximum health. Minus 15% incoming fire, frost, and shock. It's alright, I guess. The tree depicted on this simple but well-made round field seems to be reaching towards the sky with grasping limbs while burrowing roots dig deep into the ground. This symbol of regrowth and withstanding the endless march of the seasons is not an uncommon one, but the fervor with which its artist composed it has imbued the shield with a small measure of the great tree's vitality. It is the same as my wind and wave. 30%, but like move speed is fun. And frost, this does resist more than frost, fire, frost, and shock. And 30% health. I mean, if I get down to that low, then that's a bit of a problem for me anyway. So, stash. Exceptional sword will be sold. So yeah, all bounties are complete.
There's nothing left, I make one. Take a rest. You've certainly earned it.
Have I?
You're still here? Merla, surely you have something better to do. Be safe out there. Be safe out there.
All right. Hello.
I only carry the freshest herbs, mind you, plucked from the best sources.
Alright, well, I need supplies. There you go. By supplies, I mean I want to sell supplies. How much did that go for? 1,700, huh? Something, I guess. Okay. I have all legendary weapons now. Some might even say I'm a legendary guy. Battle scars. Oh yeah, place the Adragan heart. I'll head over there. No, I'm fine. Place it. Boom. Speak with Monto.
For an Aedyran, you're very resourceful, and a more than capable companion for poor Giada.
I don't have resolve. Okay, I got your machine running. Now tell me about the Dream Scourge. Does Giada had not have many friends? I assure you have everything. I assume you have everything you need for your research. I got your machine running. Now tell me about the Dream Scourge.
With any luck, I can tell you a great deal. Now that I've got the heart, my thirsty invention will drink deeply of its essence. All that's left to do is calibrate it. First things first, let's have a look at your soul. I'm going to ask some questions to induce a metaphysical quiver.
Great.
No, not to worry, just testing your reflexes. Let's start with an easy one. You wake up on a beach, looking up into the sun. Your hands are covered in blood.
I find an authority and figure out what happened. I wash my hands in the sea and leave. I continue looking at the sun. What kind of question is that? I find an authority and figure out what happened.
All right. Let's try some word association. Tell me the first thing that comes to mind. Pendulum.
Divination, clock, seasons, puppeteers. A pendulum is like a clock, bro.
Chrysalis.
Transformation, yeah.
A spark ignites a flame. An idea ignites a war.
Voice.
Hello? You still with me?
I'm fine, let's continue. Pretty sure I felt that metaphysical quiver you're talking about. That was the voice in my head, the entity tethered to my soul. Yeah.
Good. We're getting somewhere. Hey, let's go over your results.
That's it?
Your soul is like a piece of sea glass. All the edges are smoothed down. Quite beautiful, really. Your godlike nature is a marvel to behold.
Yvette and Remy certainly thought so. Anything else? Can you tell me whose godlike I am? The Vulture in Paradise told me there's a thorn in my soul. Yeah, there's a thorn.
Not to besmirch a colleague, but Watchers aren't the most reliable sources. What I see is something entangled about your soul. An outside presence that both is and isn't a part of you. It's old, dark, and rather tricky to pin down. Very interesting.
What's it doing? Trace it back. Can it be removed? What is it doing to me?
Nothing harmful. At least not yet.
Not harmful.
Fascinating. Thank you for getting my machine calibrated again. But you came for Giada's theory of the Dream Scourge. Between the two of us, she's on to something. Our farms are in great peril. The essence has been drained from the land, diverted, like the flow of a river.
Intellect. The ad essence has to go somewhere, so Giata's right. Why didn't anyone step in to defend her? Ilya believes the Dream Scourge and the Living Lands have a common ancestor. What do you think? Could an Animancer be responsible? It has to go somewhere.
Exactly. And if I know essence, it can't have gone too far. All I can tell you is keep looking. You'll find what you're after. As much as I hate giving people bad news, that's all I have. Please give Giata my fondest regards.
You're done.
Keep looking, huh?
Great.
I'm getting a bad feeling about what we'll find. Yeah, I'll be honest. He lost me when he started talking about souls. What did I miss?
Yeah, nothing important. Alright, so we have an attribute point. Wolf Armor, Shoes of the Glimmering Merchant, Trenton Family Talisman, 5 base. Dexterity, 60% action speed. You can crank that up. You have a total of 13 dexterity. Constitution might resolve, maximum stamina, and second wind efficiency. Intellect, elemental resistance. Yeah, I'll just take more dex, bro. Action speed, equips consumable use, parkour, and reload speed. Because reload speed is very important to me, so that's only 1% more though. I know 3% more action speed, 1% more attack speed. More dex. I am a fast man. Companion points. Do you have any? Nope. Okay, and then I would love this, but I can't get it. Increase damage with one-handed melee weapons by 40%. Then we can't get this, so increase damage by 50%. Finesse. To my colleagues, friends, and naysayers, you hereby invited them. Oh, spiritual self-combustion, right?
Strange how the heart remains warm after death.
Uh-huh.
I hope you find answers, even if you don't like where they lead. If there's nothing else, I have a great deal of work to do.
Always.
Strange how the heart remains warm
Right.
after death.
We also need to go back to, Giata. Hello.
Something the matter? I hope none of my colleagues scared you off.
I have met with all of the Animancers. I had a very impolite exchange. We'll talk one by one. I consulted with Monto
And you
Pastor.
got his machine up and running. That's
Yes.
what I call progress. I
Did
helped
indeed.
Monto after his wife died. She was brilliant, and he took the loss hard. I'm going to miss him.
I met with Ila Rossell.
I hope you had an enlightening visit at the corpse farm. Elia is one of my favorite
Elia.
neighbors, second only to Kulichi. When her best farmhand got stuck up a tree, I got him down in one piece. Well, several pieces. I've always looked up to her.
I had a very impolite exchange with Yvette and Remy.
I hate to admit it, but I saw that one coming. Those two don't get out much. When Ignacy took away their research funding, I pulled some strings to get it back. He told me I was a fool, but they'll prove him wrong someday. I have faith. Sounds like you've met with everyone. We're ready to get started. So, did you learn anything of particular interest?
You were right about the Dream Scourge. It's older and stranger than we thought. We need a pillar of Aedyr. It might be able to concentrate the Dream Scourge to what's happening in the living lands. Something is draining the life from your farms. The only question is what? Animancers are unhinged, unregulated, and too dangerous. Yeah, we need a pillar of Aedyr.
Makes sense. You won't find a better source of energy. Look at us. Barely even started. And already we're making progress. Monto's machine is working, Elia will keep an eye on her revenants, and Yvette and Remy are providing us an alibi.
Run that by me again. I should have known you had an ulterior motive. Are we studying the Dream Scourge or planning a heist? Run that by me again.
I needed those animancers for more than their expertise. Monto's invention nullifies spiritual interference. Having it up and running means we won't get any false signals.
That's good.
Whenever I tap into an Aedyr pillar, Elia's farmhands tend to get a little bitey. Thanks to you, they won't be a problem. And then there's Yvette and Remy, the governor's eyes and ears. In exchange for privacy, I gave them a test subject.
Me.
I'd call that a good day's work.
Impressive. What's next? Sounds like you've covered every detail and contingency imaginable. I hope their expertise was helpful as well. You should really tell me these things beforehand. You've covered every detail and contingency.
Animancy takes a lot of preparation. You might only have one chance to run through an experiment. Now we just need the right equipment for the job. When my parents died, they left me their life's work. An invention like no other. The phantasmal focus.
Outstanding. Where is it? What is it?
Think of it as a spiritual tuning fork, or a dowsing rod. It has many functions, some more obvious than others. The problem is it's in the basement. I haven't gone down there since the accident. Since they died.
I can't blame you for avoiding a place like that.
I would get it myself, but I'm not ready to face what's down there.
Alright, don't worry, I'll run down and grab it for you. I didn't mean to bring up bad memories. You want to talk about it? What's down there? You want to talk about it?
Right now, I would rather focus on the work ahead of us. The door to the basement is just outside, around the corner. Of course, you'll need a key. Please excuse the mess.
If no one's been down there in years, then there will be a mess. Phantasmal focus. Gieta's basement key. The key opens the basement door to the Castell family lab. Gieta entrusted it to you because she won't go down there herself. Touching it instills a sense of worry, as though it holds some lived experience.
I don't go into the lab anymore. The phantasmal focus is one of a kind. You can't miss it.
Right.
This is so embarrassing. An animancer who won't set foot in her own lab. I'll explain everything later. For now, I just need the device. The
Right.
lab is just downstairs. I'll wait here for your return.
Okay.
The lab is just downstairs.
Alright, let's
That's
go
where
to
the
this.
parents died. I'm glad we can spare her from having to go back.
Okay, walking into the basement of an animancer I just met. Right, feels great.
Oh, don't worry, we'll be fine. What's the worst that can happen? I have a gun. Stop where you are. The Castell family laboratory is closed to the public and hazardous to life. Nothing in there is worth dying for. There is no research or renown to be discovered, only a danger we still do not understand, which may yet linger even in the absence of life. It is important that you understand my parents were the greatest animancers who ever lived, and they did not leave this place the way they entered. What happened to them can happen to you. Yata. Well, let's hope not.
Something's not right here. Stay ready.
Haven
No?
from the blight. Who grows here?
Who grows here? The many faces of Barath. How fitting that we know the god of cycles, doorways, mortality, and inevitability as Barath, while the Valiants know this very same god as Creon. If nothing else, Barath teaches us that duality exists in all things. There is life in death and death in life. Embrace this duality, and you honor Barath. In the ruins of Ir Glanfast, Barath is depicted in the form of two semi-skeletal figures, one male, one female. Bivin E in Q and okay, literally life and death in life in the Glanfathan tongue, male and female, inside and outside, life and death. We often think of Barath by imagining two sides of a coin or the two endpoints of a journey. The god of cycles, doorways, mortality, and inevitability. It is said that Barath has the most petitioners of every god, and it is likely true. Who amongst us has not prayed for the cycle to hiccup? Who has not, in a moment of sadness, yelled at Barath to make an exception for our fallen loved ones? Barath may not rescue our loved ones, but it answers our prayers in its own divine way. Barath is the god that makes life end in death, and it is also the god that makes death end in life. Barath, okay, whichever the many names you prefer to use, deserves our prayers, for it has given us the promise of life's eternal renewal. Author Castell's will. To Giata I leave my mother's amulet, the only piece of the valiant republics I took from home. My one condition is that she wear it as a reminder of that we all come from somewhere. May she find comfort in a chain that binds the present to the past. I leave her also the house, the laboratory, and her inventions. Yes, all of them. With no conditions or expectations to weigh her down. Forgive us. Okay, so she does legally have the right to all of this. Contrella Castell's will. Arthur insists that I write something down in case the worst should come to pass, but what inheritance do I have to offer? What legacy do I leave? I took no possessions from the homeland. I own nothing but my ambition and my mistakes. The ink is blotched, as if someone tapped their quill on the parchment several times before continuing. To Giata I leave my unshakable resolve, the determination to see her plans through to the bitter end, and the presence of mind to remember what is important. Let her have all of my best qualities. Should the experiment fail, I won't need them anymore, not where I'm going. Going to die. The gift bearer's pilgrimage. Yo, a gift bearer of Ondra is traveling along the road. I met one of them. When she meets a man in tears holding a scrap of parchment. Why do you weep? Asked the gift bearer. I hold here a letter from my wife. I tried to be a good husband, but the letter says that I was not, and that she has gone to seek the company of a better man. Now this is all that remains of her. Give the letter to me then, says the gift bearer. For once you have forgotten the letter, your wife can cause you no further pain. The man gives her the letter and finds his tears have dried up. He thanks the gift bearer and leaves at peace. The gift bearer continues on, contemplating the man's story, but does not get far before she encounters an old woman in tears holding a string of beads. Why do you weep? Asked the gift bearer. I hold here a string of beads that counted the years of my daughter's life. Sickness took her while she was still a child, and she was denied the joys of a full life, and I the joys of a mother. This is all that remains of her. Give the beads to me then, says the gift bearer. For once you have forgotten the beads, your daughter can truly rest. The old woman gives her the beads and finds her grief no longer gnaws at her soul. She thanks the gift bearer and leaves at peace. Thinking on the woman's pain, the gift bearer follows the road until she reaches the sea. In her hands she carries the letter and the beads. They are light in her hands but heavy upon her heart, and she is crying. She prays to Ondra to allow the objects to be forgotten and cast them into the water. And yet, long after they have sunk beneath the waves, the gift bearer finds herself still weeping. Merciful Ondra, pleads the gift bearer, in your service I have helped people forget their troubles. Yet though I passed them on to you, I feel them still as though they were mine. How can this be? The gift bearer listens to the wisdom of the crashing waves until she understands. To feel the troubles of others in your soul is a burden in itself. However, she has no token to give to Ondra to bear it away, but the troubles are not hers to forget. I give myself to you then, says the gift bearer. For once I am in your care, no memory may haunt me. And with that the tide comes forth and embraces the gift bearer. When it ebbs, she is gone. Great. Take the troubles and then die. Interesting. Arthur Castell's journal. Cordella is right, of course. We should refine the phantasmal focus for the rest of our lives, or we could put it to good use. So why do I have such doubts? Our plan has always been to tinker with the natural order, but nature is not orderly in the living lands. If we poke too hard at nature, who is to say something else won't poke back at us? He was like, let's keep refining it. She was an experiment. Concerned letter. My friends, you spend too much time in the privacy of your lab. I know that words were exchanged and more than one ego was bruised after that incident at the workshop, but the damage is superficial. Our community is ready to welcome you back with open arms. For the moment, I am seeing to Giata's education, but I urge you to give her the attention she deserves. She is a promising young woman in a difficult and influential time of her life, and she needs the counsel of her family now more than ever. Dear Kusali. Right? Buried scribblings. The device should not work, and yet it does. Therein lies the problem. Theory and reality are in conflict, and to succeed without comprehension is worse than failure. I have learned nothing, and can assume nothing about the limitations of this invention, which frightens me almost as much as Cordella's insistence that we keep going. All I know is that the device has tapped into something. I believed it was the essence of the living lands. What if I am wrong? What if its several paragraphs have been violently scored from the page? Have we transgressed so far into the unknowable that we are blind to the grave we dug ourselves? I must make preparations for Giata's future. Abaddon's hands. Of all the stories of all the gods, no doubt one of the most charming is the legend of Abaddon's hands. In some cultures, Abaddon's hands are tiny, cheerful creatures that hide in the walls and in the cracks between paving stones. In others, they are silent men of stone who roam distant lands. In all such tales, however, they are Abaddon's constructs, built in his image to continue his good work of creating strong and wondrous things in this world. Thus, upon spying a mighty mountain peak, or a row of Ardra pillars, or another natural marvel, parents and nursemaids will tell young children that these are the work of Abaddon's hands. Such is the appeal of Abaddon as a deity, as it is thought through his legend that we recognize the familiar shapes in the natural world. Thus, when we see a landform that resembles a colonnade, or an arched gate, or a mighty home, we see a hand and a purpose at work that is not unlike our own. And while Abaddon's own identity is a construct, as a construct is alienating to some, to many of us, his crude yet practical shape is comforting. While the other gods take the form of birds, beasts, and sea, Abaddon takes the shape of our most common tools and constructions. His debasement in a body of iron elevates our own works and labors, and it offers us a grand hope. For if a god could rebuild himself out of iron, what wonders might kith create with their own hands? Inspiring. Dusty letter from Maxime Vedaro. Arthur, do you have everything you need? After Cordella's outburst at the workshop, they say she retreated into her private lab, which is perfectly fine. But I worry about you and little Giata. Let me know if you need anything, even if it is just to talk. I understand your research has made some ambitious strides. Good for you both. When you are ready to surface again, we have a game of Hazota to finish. I'll keep the pieces warm. Maxim Vidaro, Governor of Pure Mesivino. Okay, and a box with a wand. They were animancers. I'm guessing they had some kind of magical thing. An amethyst. Cordelia Castell's journal. Arthur has been quiet lately, so I know he's worried about the experiment. He thinks the island will object to our interference, as if such a thing were even possible. Clearly, our daughter is cut from my side of the family. I can't wait to teach her everything we've learned. With any luck, Giata will be as wild and audacious as the forces at play around her. She was, kinda.
I feel
What
pretty
the
certain
hell?
those people aren't supposed to be plants.
What a horrific fate.
Beauty reborn. A life of peace.
They turned into plants, bro. Phantasmal focus.
We can leave now, right?
Poor Giada. To think she's been living with this right under her nose.
Does she know? Has she ever gone in? Phantasm Focus. The animancy device was invented by Arthur and Cordelia Castell before their untimely deaths. Giata is probably the only animancer in existence who knows how it works. Right. So she said it's beautiful, life of peace or whatever. Well, I'm out of here.
I don't. Anyone know what happened back there?
I think those were Giada's parents, or whatever's left of them.
So they're dead?
Or something like that.
Gods, I can't believe this.
They turned into trees. How do you come? I'm gonna close this door. Because I don't think people should know what the hell happened down there. That seems creepy as hell. I got you the stuff though.
You're back. You found it. You actually found my inheritance. Did you see my mother and father? Are they still there?
It almost seemed like nature stripped them for parts. Giada, you might have warned me. I saw them. The plant corpses were pretty hard to miss. Good gods, where else would they be? Whatever I saw down there is your business. We don't need to discuss it. It almost seemed like nature stripped them for parts.
Nothing so malicious, but no less cruel. All that's really down there is an unhappy memory. One that keeps on growing.
Do you want to talk about it? Regardless, it is a proper burial. I don't mean to pry. We can talk more later. That would be better. Do you want to talk about it?
My mother had an idea about how to use the essence of the living lands, and it destroyed her. My father. Our family.
I've heard that story too many times. This land takes more than it gives.
So I swore an oath. No one could enter the lab until I understood what happened.
Until today, so you know what happened. You isolated yourself in grief. You could have asked someone. I assume you know how to use this gadget. Until today, so you know what happened.
I'm on the right track to figuring it out, which is almost as good. Enough about me. Let's worry about you for a change. With the phantasmal focus, I can finally tap directly into the essence of the living lands. I can also use it to smack around anyone who gets in our way.
You want to use that thing as a weapon? Doesn't sound very safe.
Don't worry. It's more durable than it looks. Kind of like me. The only thing we're missing now is an Aedyr pillar. And I know the perfect one. Naku Tedek,
Oh, great. Yep, I thought
the
so.
old godless ruin west of Eora. There should be some equipment waiting for us.
Let's be off. You could always use the Aedyr pillar in the workshop. What's an animancy equipment doing in the old ruins? I have little experience with the ruins. You could always use the workshop one.
That ragged thing? It's as dry as a bone. Hardly any essence left. Even if it wasn't, I'm not exactly welcome in the workshop these days.
And what is animancy equipment doing in some old ruin?
We used it to study the Aedyr pillar. Then some priests moved in and took offense at our work. I hope they haven't tampered with the equipment, or this will be a very short experiment.
I feel like we're getting closer to getting some answers.
That's your intuition talking. Listen to it. I wouldn't be anywhere without mine. Before we head out, let's make the most of our time in Fjord. No telling how long we'll be gone. I almost forgot.
Sealed note.
Someone gave me a letter for you. They said it was for the envoy's eyes alone.
You read it, didn't you?
I may have glanced at the handwriting. Don't worry, your secrets are safe. And I hate to be a problem, but I do my best work in small groups. Chalk it up to performance anxiety.
I head back to camp. I'll see you there. Marius, go back to camp. I won't be long. Make your own way to camp. I'll stop by when I'm ready to continue. Where was his performance anxiety when you were shouting in Vidaro's face? Yeah.
That was not my finest hour. I was so angry. Mistakes were made. When it comes to the Dream Scourge, I don't want there to be any mistakes.
Alright, Marius, go back to camp. I won't be long.
Sounds good. I need to do some hunting anyway.
Once we're all together, we should trade ghost stories. Best way to get acquainted. In the meantime, let's be off.
So I can only have 2 companions. That is sad. New companion. Giada uses animancy to understand the world around her. While the science of souls remains controversial, she believes the untapped essence of the living lands can and should be put to good use. She wants to prove her convictions by supporting the party in battle. Armed with the phantasmal focus, she draws on the spiritual currents of the living lands to heal and defend her friends. Purification. Giada calls forth an invigorating wave of energy that heals allies for 25% of their maximum health. Spectral Jolt. Order Giada to empower and activate essence generators. Oh, she's electricity. I see. Travel to Nanu Tedek. Hidden in ruins of heathens long gone. The Octet of Skulls still sings its silent song. We still have not found that. Return Emerald to Sansa. Proper map. He has sent Felisa one of the Emerald Stair, never returns, and then also deserves to Felisa bring her findings back. The animacy method is completed. It's part of the main story. Oh, and all of my bounties, I'm guessing. Yep. Done. And then documents, Abaddon's hands, dignity of the deceased, Maxims of Paraguan, gift bearer's pilgrimage, manifest of Barat. Lots of lore, some stuff. A clandestine note. Written in precise and careful hand, this note seems to set up a meeting in another location. Assume that they're intact and in time. Haven't followed. Oh, no. Okay. Sealed note. Envoy. Our friends are gathering in a cave behind a waterfall west of Fjord. There must be more than a dozen of them, but I am keeping my distance to avoid attention. I am not a strategic mastermind, but it seems like an odd place to gather unless you're up to no good. I leave further investigation in your capable hands. Your servant, Flygag. So he did survive. That's good. Let's see. I don't know. I was scared he's just gonna die. Sealed note. Okay, now we have her, Giata. Giata calls forth an invigorating wave of energy that heals allies for 100% of maximum health. Purification heals allies of 50% maximum health. Enemies within range of purification are interrupted, knocked back. Increased damage reduction of allies by 20%. Okay, I like 50%. That's good. Barriers. Giata grants all allies a shield that provides temporary health for 20 seconds. Increased amount of temporary health granted. Barrier ends. Allies are healed in proportion to the amount of temporary health remaining. While barrier is active, Giata cannot be hit and knocks melee attackers back. Impenetrable. Acceleration. Giata increases the move speed and attack speed of all allies, 15 seconds. Allies empowered, so that's acceleration. Then we have evade attacks. Allies empowered by acceleration use their speed to gain 15% damage reduction. Then extended acceleration, increase duration by 10 seconds. Time shift. Any abilities activated while acceleration is active will have their cooldowns reduced by 50%. Then reconstruction. Giata's attacks heal all allies by a small amount. Reconstruction increases the healing granted to allies below 20% health. Reconstruction grants temporary health to all allies that are already at maximum health. Reconstruction revives incapacitated allies when Giata kills an enemy. I like reconstruction. First of all, give me 50% of maximum health when I say purification, and then heal allies, and then give temporary health as well, and more. Okay, so these are both actives. I don't really care about actives. Give me revive allies when she kills an enemy. I mean, she barely will kill, but yeah. Increase healing to below 20% health. We want good reconstruction going on. I did like his reduce enemy damage reduction, attack slows any hit enemies, reduce enemy damage, deal bleed. I also like his shot. It ignites the target, greatly increases the amount of stun and reduces cooldown. I think next up I'll get his leap of daring. Unbending steals his mind. Kai's health reduces 0, he revives himself. It's pretty good. I think his jump basically double area of effect. Kai gains temporary health proportional to number of enemies hit. Kai temporarily gains bonus attack damage proportional to number of enemies hit. Good stuff. And Amorius, it's fine. All right. What do you say, Giada?
Our research begins at Naku Tadek, west of town.
Uh-huh.
Before we leave, don't forget to settle any unfinished business. I love Fior Messiverno, even when I hate it. I'm going to miss this place. My parents helped to build all of this. In a way, Fior is my birthright.
It is.
I'm going to miss this place.
Or what do you have to say, Kai?
Not sure these walls are keeping much out. If not for the overgrowth, you'd almost think you're in the Republics. Trees are tearing at their walls, but they still find time for a good debate. If not for the overgrowth, you'd almost think you're in the Republics.
Swordman.
Welcome back. Care to take a look around?
Come here. I have an amethyst. And a wand. I mean, maybe I should have asked her for selling all this. It is her stuff. Oh, lockpicks.
Welcome to my fine establishment, I mean.
Anyway, I have her now, so
Please wipe your boots at the door.
I will do no such thing, Governor.
Stay a while. See for yourself what animancy has done for our community.
I found your father. His body is in a cave by a riverside grotto. Yeah.
You what? It's been so long since I gave up hope. In his final days, he was fond of going out into the wilderness, and increasingly less fond of returning. Mother seemed to understand, but I never did.
Now let's talk about my finder's fee. He stayed in the living lands for you and trusted you to rule this place. In the end, he let go of his resentments for the republics. I've never known a Scanite to achieve such inner peace. Let's talk about my finder's fee.
This is not a bounty I expected to pay, but it's long overdue. Take your fee then, with interest. Maybe you only did it for the coin, but the gesture isn't wasted on me. Thank you.
Ignacy, I'm sorry. Are you going to be all right?
I'll be fine, Jatta. You don't have to worry about me.
I'm not, but, you know, force of habit.
Is this what it takes to get the two of you talking? Do you two need a moment?
Our families used to be close. We have history that's older than our disagreements.
And we've helped each other in grief. At least the worst of mine is behind me. Thank you both again.
Alright, I found a cap of steel garrote paladins hiding in the wilderness. Ranger Dorso was spying for the steel garrote. Farewell for now. We don't need to tell him everything.
Oh, I love your Messiverno. Even when I hate it.
Maybe I shouldn't have demanded money, but I mean, we need money. Money is important, man. Use it to finance our stuff. What happened to you?
The gods quicken your path.
I thought you were getting arrested or something. Alright, let's get out of here. They keep telling me to go meet Pals and Hildegard in Paradise. Good at that. Can I just teleport there? Emerald Stair, Fear Missivino. I can just. You know what? Sure. Let's travel to Dawn Shore then. It's been a while. Where will it take me exactly? The gate. Of course, the gate. Yep. Paradise. Fireplace. Well, I think Grinning Balrog. I don't need to go for this one. Ancient soil. Oh, this is the one I want. Sansa. Where the hell is Sansa then? Sansa must be in Hightown. Right? Does make sense. It's not on the map and I know it's here, so Hightown seems like the place to go. Galawain's Tusks. Hostile volcanic region deep in the living lands and home to Solace, a settlement of Paraguayan dwarves. Yep, Sansa's Empire.
Did we not come here to escape the Empire? Do the Aedyrians not exemplify everything we hate?
Why are you still here? Okay, to the Emporium. Sansa.
You're back. What have you found?
Felicia didn't make it. I'm sorry. Here's a map of Emerald Stair.
You have our condolences, Master Cartographer. The beauty of Emerald Stair hides the danger at its heart.
Fletcher.
Awakened Aedyr.
Oh,
Fletcher.
I was sure she would be safe. Her maps were so meticulous. She even made her own ink. Please, keep searching. I'm sure the others will turn up soon.
How about those supplies? You have nothing. You just have ladder. Alright. There you go. Side quest complete. Mapping the living lands, Emerald Stair. So what do we have left? Forged of Star Stuff, Totem of Defiance, and Battle Scars. Find the effigy necklace. We don't know where this is. An ancient soil. Okay, living lands. Take me to Emerald Stair. Scatter Sharp. Wild desert on the southern coast of the living lands and home to the city of Thirdborn. Settlers in the region are mostly immigrants. Sure. But we have a camp here, Maxime's Claim. Can set up shop there. Or before we set up shop, we can take a break here. Coastal Farms. We'll save right there. I'll see you in the next one.